Good morning, third graders. Today we're going to be talking about a different type of measurement. So we use time to help us measure, and now we're going to be using a different type of measurement to find liquid volume. Now, instead of clocks to measure time, we're going to be talking about these units of measurement called milliliters and liters. Now, you guys have heard before about gallons and cups because we use those mostly in the United States. So you might hear your mom say, I have to pick up a gallon of milk. She's talking about how much milk is in the container. She's talking about its capacity or its liquid volume. So we're going to learn two new types of measurement this year in third grade. These are called metric units. Now, metric is used all around the world. It's just a different type of measurement to talk about how much liquid volume something holds. So milliliters, you notice, has M, a little m, and a large L, milliliters. It's talking about how many liters, and it's a small amount because you can see here that milliliters just measure some drops of water. Now, liters are large. Liters, when you order or pick up some Coke or Sprite, and it comes in that really, really big bottle, that holds 2 liters. So 1 milliliter, remember milliliters is many, that's how I try to remember it. M for many liters. 1 milliliter is about 20 drops of water. Now, we use milliliters to measure small amounts of water. So if you're talking about something that's small, measuring something really small, you're going to be calculating it in milliliters. For liters, we talked about they are larger. Think of L for large. M for many liters, L for large. 1 liter holds 1,000 milliliters. Think about a jug of liquid. So we use milliliters to measure large amounts of water. Remember that L for large. Milliliters, many, L for large liters. Now we can use these in word problems. We can use these measurements of liquid to help us solve problems in everyday life and in word problems on paper. So it says a cake recipe calls for 500 milliliters of water. Now I have my cup measure here from the kitchen. And I was looking at it to help teach you guys, and I noticed that there is this milliliters part. Now I'm used to using cups because that's what I mostly use. But if it ever asks for 500 milliliters or something, you now know that it is 2 cups, 500 milliliters. So I wrote down 500 milliliters here. Now that's what they need for the cake. But they need an additional 250 milliliters of water for the frosting. So you can go back to your cup and we'd get some water and we'd fill it up to right here, to 250 milliliters. So how much water will you use in total to bake this cake? So in total, I'm going to be adding to see how much altogether. So 500 milliliters of water for the cake, plus 250 milliliters of water for the frosting equals 750 milliliters. So when we're talking about capacity, we said that we're talking about how much liquid something holds. Now when I was getting ready for this lesson with you guys, I had no idea that mason jars actually show you capacity. So I love mason jars. And so I have these 3 here, and I was looking, and you can see on the sides that there are different measurements. So you can see here that this is a big one. This one actually holds 1,500 milliliters. And we talked about that 100 milliliters equals 1 liter. So that means half of this big thing, half of this is a liter. Now you can see that these get smaller progressively, and you can see that the numbers will go down in talking about milliliters. Now I just wanted to show you how many things around you actually have these symbols to help you measure. So if you want to go later today and look around your house, you'll be able to see how many things show that. So I saw it on my mason jars. I saw it on our tea kettle. It has parts of liters. It shows you the liter side. And it also shows you on the other side milliliters. I saw it on our soap dispenser. It has the liters here. And Leo was sick and had to get surgery, so they gave us some medicine to help us take care of him. So yesterday when we picked him up from the vet, they gave us this eyedropper thing right here to help us give him medicine. And if you notice here, it shows you these numbers in milliliters. So measurement is all around you. You just have to take a look. So in the next part of the video, we are going to be doing a hands-on experiment to figure out how much capacity, how much liquid volume things hold. So keep watching. So because learning capacity is so hands-on and we're not in the classroom, I'm going to try to conduct an experiment here in my house, and I've also provided this paper for you in the slides in case you want to try to explore capacity on your own at home. So let's take a look at this and see if we can remember. It says capacity is the amount of something, often liquid, because especially now because we're talking about liquid volume, that an object can hold. You can use milliliters, remember the little ml, and liters to measure capacity. So remember 1 milliliter is about 20 drops of water. One liter is about 1,000 liters, or a jug of water or of liquid. So 1,000 milliliters is equal to 1 liter. So let's test this out on a few different objects. I have here a water bottle cap, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how much water this holds. Now, I'm going to guess that it's going to be milliliters, and I chose milliliters because it's really, really small. So object is a water bottle cap. And I'm going to guess, if 20 drops of water is a milliliter, this is really, really small. I'm going to guess it has, let's say 2. I think it holds 2 milliliters of water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this up with water. And I have this little dropper here that on the side you can see helps us measure the water. So I'm just going to get my eyedropper, or actually this is a little thing of medicine for Leo, and I'm going to fill this up. So this was 0.5 milliliters. So let's see how many times I can fill this up. Okay, it might hold more than I thought. Okay, ooh, I might be right. Okay, let's see. I think it could hold a tiny bit more. Oh, it's about to go over. Okay, so it was very, very close. I had no idea. So it actually did hold milliliters because it was really small, and it held 2.5 milliliters of water. I'm going to do one more thing, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my coffee cup. And I have an adorable coffee cup here. For those of you that recognize this, this is Chip from Beauty and the Beast, and he holds my coffee. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill him up. And now I'm going to take my measuring cup. And before, I predict that this is going to hold also milliliters, because even though this is a larger amount of liquid, it is not as large as a jug that is going to hold a liter. Remember, liters are large amounts of water. Now, I would love to drink a liter of coffee. I'd be like this all day in class, but that's probably too much. So instead, I'm going to drink milliliters. I'm going to drink a smaller amount. So I'm going to guess, this is hard. I predict, let's see, if this was 2.5 milliliters, let's go, I'm going to guess, I have absolutely no idea. Let's go with 25 milliliters. So, oh no, this is hard. Let's go 75 milliliters. Okay, so I am going to show you this. And so here I have all my measurements of milliliters. So this way. Milliliters. And I am going to pour Chip's amount of water in here. Oh, I was way off. Silly Miss Jimmy. Let's see what it actually turned out to be. Let's see. So it looks like, if we look here, and this is a terrible angle for you guys, but it is at about 250 milliliters. Oh my, I was drinking a lot of coffee. So we have here 250 milliliters. It filled up this, if you can see it better here, this whole measuring cup, 250 milliliters. Great job today, guys, on capacity. I hope you have fun experimenting and figuring out how much liquid volume different objects hold. Bye.